Welcome to the Fireside Chat for Fitness and Nutrition with Adrienne and Ken. Today we're going to be talking about foot and ankle stretching and strengthening exercises and how to step into some healthier eating. Ken, do you want to kick us off?
I do. I do want to kick us off. Yes.
I feel like I'm talking about football all the time with you.
I know. Yeah. So I'm going to give you 3 strengthening and 3 stretching exercises for your feet/ankles that will help you in in helping with if you got any calf issues or feet issues. It should help with that. So the first thing we're going to do is the strengthening of the bottom of the foot. And you want to kind of imagine, I'm going to show you here how to do it. So you want to imagine, I like to, when I give to my clients, I put a marble. So they pick up a marble in between the first and second toe, the big toe and the second toe, and they pick it up and they put it over here. And they pick it up and put it over here. Oh. Pick it up, put it over here. Pick it up, put it over. So that works the bottom of the foot here. So it's called toe scrunches, and it's very effective on strengthening those intrinsic muscles in the bottom of the foot. The second exercise we're going to do, which gets not only the foot but the ankle as well and the calf, are heel raises, or more commonly called calf raises. And what you'll do is you'll stand up and you can grab onto something for balance. You'll go ahead and put your feet about hip width apart with them pointing straight forward, and you'll raise your heels up off the ground as far as you can go, but maintaining most of the weight on the ball of the big toe. Most of the weight on the ball of the big toe. And so in other words, you don't want to go out like this. So your knees don't want to bow. You just want to go straight up and then back down. Okay, that was a little bit too narrow, but you understand, you get my general idea there. So up and then back down. And when you go down, don't touch. Well, there's different. Let me go over a progression for you for calf raises. So this would be a progression: up one, then back down, and you rest your heel on the ground. The second progression would be you go up and down, but don't rest your heel on the ground. Okay, there's that. Then the third progression would be up with 2, lift up 1 foot, down with 1. So to the front, it would be like this: up with 2, down with 1, up with 2, down with 1. And as a matter of fact, yeah, you could actually alternate up, and then when you progress, you could go up with 2, down with 1 on the same side. 10 to 15 on each side. The third progression, or another progression, maybe the fourth progression, is single leg calf raises. Up and back down, and up and back down. So there's the progression for you for calf raises to strengthen the muscles that go, they connect. This connects to the heel. This into the Achilles tendon, goes into the heel, which connects to the bottom of the foot. So it's really good exercise for the whole structure of your ankle and foot. And the third exercise is for the front part of your foot and front part of your shin. It's called anterior tibialis muscles. These are right here. And all you'll do is tap your toes. Tap your toes. And I like to maybe listen to a song or so, a fast-paced song, and just tap your toes. Now I like to do this for a minute. And the first 30 seconds, you're going to be like, what the heck is this? The last 30 seconds, can I stop? Can I please stop? It'll be very painful, very, very painful.
Yeah.
In a good way, kind of a burning sensation. So there's that. So we've done the foot, the calf, and the back of the calf, or the back of the lower leg, and the front of the lower leg. And let me show you the stretches for each one of those. So you're going to do all these stretches are standing. What you'll do is the gastrocnemius, which is a muscle, the calf muscle that goes over the knee. So what you'll do is you'll step back with 1 foot, both feet are pointing straight forward, put the heel on the ground, lock this knee, this back knee, and just lean forward by bending this front knee until you feel a stretch right below the knee, right back here. And you'll hold that for 20, 30 seconds, okay? The second stretch is what's called the soleus. Now that's a muscle that just goes over the ankle joint. It doesn't go over the knee joint. So how you'll stretch that is you'll step back, same protocol as far as both feet are pointing straight forward, but you don't have to step back as far, and you're going to bend both knees. Now where you're going to feel this is further down here, close to the Achilles tendon, into the Achilles tendon. So that is a very effective stretch for the soleus muscle. Now, to get the front shin, the front part of your lower leg, you'll go ahead and point your toe. And imagine you're just dragging your foot along the floor, but you're not going to move the foot. So you're just going to go ahead and you're not dragging along the floor. You're just going to pull it until you feel the stretch along the front part of your shin right here. And just hold, and again, all these stretches are 20, 30 seconds or so. And that is how you strengthen and stretch the lower leg to increase, again, the ability to take weight and to transfer weight and to prevent foot problems, foot and ankle problems now and in the future. Do you have any questions, Adrienne?
Would this be good for people with plantar fasciitis? Because that's something that we've heard a lot about in the past 5 years, probably.
Yes, yeah, it couldn't hurt, particularly the stretching part. Plantar fasciitis is inflammation of the bottom of the foot, the fascia of the bottom of the foot, and that is caused by, well, many things, but tight calves, tight ankles, and it's the foot responds by, actually, there's a little spur on the bottom of the heel that grows, has calcium that's connected to it, and the fascia that goes into it, in order to, because it pulls on it, it pulls on the bottom of the feet. So if you make, and it causes that bone spur to grow. So if you can stretch the bottom of the back of the calves, that will allow that not to happen. So preemptive strike, I guess you could say, if you stretch your calves and do that, that won't happen. If you already have it, there's different protocols for that. Stretching is good, but you really want to ice it a lot. That takes the inflammation down, and you have to really have to be careful about that, because that could flare it up. So, you know what? I should probably show y'all a test to see if you need to stretch your soleus muscles, to see if you're going to have that plantar fasciitis. Here's a test. I'm going to show that to you right now. I hadn't planned on it, but hey, let's try it real quick here. So what you're going to do is this. So you're going to go ahead and get against a wall, and you're going to take the width of your hand, and that's how far your big toe is going to be against, far away from the wall. And what you'll do is, can you, keeping this heel on the ground, can you touch this knee to the wall? Keep the heel on the ground. So I just kind of like to push my heel into the floor there. Can you touch your knee to the floor, to the wall there? And if you can't, if you're like right here, you know that you need to stretch this calf muscle, this soleus muscle. And that's the second stretch that I showed you.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of like a test to see if that you can do on your own, to see if you need to improve the flexibility of that foot, and to make sure that you don't get those feet and ankle problems that occur, because the more flexible you are, the more the better range of motion you have, and the less likely you'll be injured, and with things like plantar fasciitis. So I know that was a really long answer to your question.
Oh, it was great.
Did it answer your question?
Bonus for everybody. Yeah. And I was just thinking about how we could put calf raises, into standing in line at the grocery store. Like, there are so many different places and ways that we can just add a little bit of exercise, and it doesn't have to be a big deal. Plus, I think a lot of us don't really think about foot and ankle strengthening, or like everybody's who's into strength training is like, it's the quads, it's the bicep, it's the core. Well, if you have weak ankles, you're going down, and then you're going to be on a couch, and you're not going to be able to do very much of anything. Although that could be a whole podcast of what to do.
That could, and I should add, when you're standing in line, you can stand on one leg. Balance is a good way to get all the intrinsic muscles of your lower body too, your calf and ankle and foot. Really good exercise for that. Just stand on one leg, just like 30 seconds on each side. Anyway, we're
going to give you guys some good ideas, and really encourage you to take care of any foot and ankle issues you have, or at least help prevent them. Now, what can we do to step into some healthier eating to just help with all of these things and more? Um,
Yes.
Embarking on a journey towards healthier eating is just a positive step towards improving ourselves and our overall well-being. So it doesn't have to be a diet. Nothing here has to be perfection. And I think a lot of times people think that, if they're going to embark upon some sort of dietary change, that starting Monday, it's only going to be greens. And really, I like to emphasize that the path to better nutrition is not paved with perfectionism. And in fact, if you try that, what's usually going to happen is that you'll do it perfectly for a day or two, and then you're just going to fall off the wagon, feel really bad about yourself, and then stop, which is what we don't want. So,
Right.
as a
Right.
registered dietitian nutritionist, I really believe that small, sustainable, almost ridiculously, like, let's pull yourself back from your giant goals, actually do lead to those significant improvements. But we can't start out of the gates thinking that we're going to lose 40 pounds in a month or anything like that.
Right.
So I'm going to give you some gentle and effective strategies to help you step into healthier eating without that pressure that we place on ourselves of being perfect about it. And one of these pieces is setting realistic goals. I kind of alluded to this for a little bit earlier, but a lot of times people will say, oh, wow, I need to lose 40 pounds and I need to do it before my daughter's wedding in 6 weeks. It's probably not going to happen, not in a healthy way. You can,
Right.
do that by eating cabbage only or, having 500 calories a day, but that's not healthy and it's not going to be sustainable for you. So, like I said, instead of aiming for perfection, set realistic and achievable goals. You might want to say 5 pounds for the first month, or losing some inches, or adding in a green, drinking more water, something like that. It could just be as simple as having an extra serving of vegetables or swapping your sugary drinks for water. And it's important to celebrate your small successes along the way. Even if it's just like in your calendar where you're like, check mark, I got all my water in for today. It's still a nice way to celebrate what you're doing. Another thing is that progress is not always linear. I think a lot of people expect, like, oh, I'm going to lose weight and it's going to look exactly like this. And it usually looks a little bit more like this. So there's a downward trend, but you will definitely still see peaks up there. And that's okay. What's important is that you're moving forward and you're making consistent positive changes to your eating habits that will lead to the goal. It's like the tortoise and the hare. Um, what is the allegory? What was that? The person who wrote that, Aesop's Fables. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just be the tortoise is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Another thing is that you can practice mindful eating. This involves paying attention to your food choices and like, oh, what am I actually craving or what I actually am hungry for? It could be looking at the textures or the colors of your food, paying attention to your body's hunger and satiety cues versus just eating because it's on your plate. And then trying to savor each bite. I know this is really hard because a lot of times we're eating while we are watching TV, reading, doing other things. And basically, if we
Right.
just focus on that, it does help prevent overeating. And it also promotes healthier food choices because we're paying attention and we're being conscious about it. Another thing, and this is another small but powerful step, is just find healthier swaps for things. So instead of white rice, you might want to try brown rice. You might want to try Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. You could try applesauce instead of some, oil when you're baking. These are small changes that do add up over time. And another thing is planning ahead. Definitely planning your meals ahead of time, planning your grocery list. It just helps you stay on track and it helps you avoid impulsive eating or impulsive snacking. So that's another key thing. Um, Also, I just want to encourage you not to be too hard on yourself if you slip up or if you are out and you indulge in an unhealthy meal or one that you didn't really plan on. The important thing is that instead of feeling guilty, you can say, okay, this was a slip up. How did this happen? What will I do differently? And then move on, because one meal or snack does not define your overall eating pattern. And if one of them out of 21 meals is an indulgence, that's okay. You still had 20 perfectly healthy meals.
Yeah. It's right.
And another thing is just surround yourself with supportive people. You may not want to, be at a book club if what they're going to do is have wine and pizza and you're trying to not eat those things. Or you can encourage them to maybe bring a salad or bring some trail mix or something like that. Sharing your journey with others who also are trying to make healthier habits and experience those benefits is really just going to make it a whole lot easier for you. And speaking of benefits, that's what we want to focus on. Remind yourself of the benefits of healthier eating, even if you're not necessarily losing weight. You can have improved energy, improved mood, reduce risk of chronic diseases. So try to keep those benefits in mind too, even if you are on the scale and it looks like nothing changes for the first couple of days or weeks. And hopefully you'll realize that it's progress, not perfection, that leads to lasting change. What kinds of questions do you have, if any, Ken?
So you had mentioned that when you lose weight, you go like this.
It's
Why
like,
do you go like that? Why is that happen? Why is that?
probably,
Is there an,
I think it's hormonal changes partially. It can also be that we're not doing things perfectly. I think the body also probably sets off alarms. And I don't know why exactly this is, but it's like, okay, we've lost 5 pounds now. Okay, well, we're keeping losing weight. Oh my gosh. Well, at this rate, we're not going to have anything left. So let's try to, regulate a little bit. I don't know. I don't think there have been any studies that say exactly why we have fluctuations instead of linear downward movement.
Mhm.
But I think that's part of it too. Like the body doesn't tend to want to lose weight and inches at the same time is what I've noticed. So a lot of times people will lose weight, but then their pants fit the same. And then another 2 weeks goes by and they're like, my pants fit differently, but I didn't lose any weight. It's very
Still wait to say.
interesting. It's like the body doesn't want to lose both at the same time.
Hmm.
Again, I'd love to see, what science says about this, but I haven't seen a whole lot that says why we can't just keep going down
I know.
without any
Yeah.
blips.
And I have a comment.
Yeah.
You had mentioned this, but a simpler way to say this is perfection is the enemy of good.
Yes, or good
So
enough
if you
even.
can, yeah,
Yeah.
good, yes. So if you can just make one change, and if that's better than nothing. That's a lot.
Mhm.
You're in the right direction, moving in the right direction. So
Yeah, which I know you always like to say in a word of encouragement about something. Do you want to share that word?
consistency.
Yes. And I would say definitely just take one or two things from here. If you do calf raises or balancing exercises and when you're doing grocery shopping, that's a win. And if you put a piece of lettuce on your turkey sandwich, that's a win. It doesn't have to be perfect. We would love to hear what you are doing differently. Put that into the comments. Feel free to ask us questions or suggest any sort of topics that you'd like us to cover in the future. And remember to like and subscribe and support our channel using the link in the description below. Thank you all, and we'll see you next week. Take care.
Bye. I would like to talk to you about my ebook that I have, and it's called Banish Neck Pain. And basically, it goes over six different protocols. Basically, what would be problematic in your back, neck, even shoulders, maybe a tight chest, and then what you do to banish that, to make that go away. Let me give you an example. Let's say, for instance, that you have pain in between your shoulder blades. Well, that could be caused by a number of things, including tight chest, which I cover. You release and then stretch your chest, then release and strengthen your back muscles in between your shoulder blades. And that stretching the chest and strengthening the back will improve your posture, pull your shoulders back, which gets rid of the problematic pain in between your shoulder blades. Now, let's say, for instance, you have neck pain right here. Now, that's probably upper trapezius. Well, then I have protocols that are slightly different for that area of problem. So it would be an upper trapezius release, upper trapezius stretch, and then you're going to go ahead and strengthen those muscles in between your shoulder blades that pulls those shoulder blades back and put you into proper position so that it gets rid of that neck pain. And I also cover shoulder. Let's say, for instance, if you have problems in the base of your neck, even in the front of your neck. And so these are all covered by my ebook, and it comes with accompanying videos for each segment, each stretch, each exercise, each release, so that you do it correctly. You can follow along, make sure that you do it right. So check it out. Adrienne, what have you got?
Welcome to the world of vibrant health with the One Bite Wellness Green Smoothie ebook. If you are looking to boost your energy, improve your digestion, and enhance your overall well-being, this is your ultimate guide to delicious, nutrient-packed green smoothies. Now, why is this important? Well, one, it's packed with nutritional benefits. Green smoothies are powerhouses, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, all included in each one of these. Each recipe in our ebook is designed to help you have better energy levels so that you can say goodbye to the midday slumps or not need the vending machine to get you through. Our smoothies also provide sustained energy to help you keep going all day long. So you can have it breakfast, lunch, dinner, actually snacks, all great ideas. Also, they improve digestion because there's a lot of fiber in smoothies. Unlike juices, which take out the fiber, you get plenty here. That helps support a healthy digestive system. It can alleviate bloating and discomfort if any of you struggle with that. And we always want to boost our immunity, right? So with vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, the smoothies can strengthen your immune system to help you fight off colds and infections. Two, we've made it easy for you. We have easy and delicious recipes. We have weekly smoothie plans and things that you're going to need for your grocery list. As you can see, that's a grocery list right there. And then also a recipe that we have. So everything is in here. You have simple instructions. You can whip up a delicious smoothie in like minutes. We also have a lot of different ingredients. So we can go tropical fruits with kale or spinach. We can also do superfoods, cacao, maca powder. All of these keep your smoothies exciting and nutritious. And they're also customizable. There are lots of different substitutions or additions so that you can customize the recipe to fit your preferences and your nutritional goals. Plus, you get expert guidance. This is created by a registered dietitian nutritionist, me. And I love helping people select good ingredients that have the most health and benefits. And then also giving you blending tips, giving you the health benefits of having these smoothies and kind of laying that out for you. There's also a food diary that you can keep so that you can keep track of your own benefits. And then the fourth part is that you get long-term health benefits from incorporating green smoothies into your diet. And that can lead to weight management because a lot of green smoothies are low in calories but high in nutrients. So this can be a great addition to your weight loss or weight maintenance plan. It can also promote more healthy, glowing skin with all the vitamins and the minerals, the antioxidants, the fiber. And speaking of fiber, detoxification. You're also going to get that part of your digestive system, hopefully cleaning out toxins and supporting overall health. So by choosing the One Bite Wellness Green Smoothie ebook, you are investing in a healthier, more vibrant you. And don't wait to start your journey to better health. Download your copy today and experience the transformative power of green smoothies. The link is below.